Have you ever been to a wedding when an entire village comes together to celebrate? Not one family, not a group of close friends, but an entire village. Most people outside Vietnam have probably never seen anything like this. Today, after years of working in an industrial zone far from home, I'm finally going back to my hometown to attend one of these incredible village weddings. And trust me, this is more than just a wedding. It's a story about family, community, and what it truly means to come home. As soon as I finished work, I rushed back to my room and packed a few clothes into my bag. I couldn't stop smiling. After months of working factory shifts and living among concrete buildings and busy roads, I was finally heading home. But first, I needed something for the journey. A few sausages, some bread, a bottle of water. Nothing special. But today, everything tasted a little better because every kilometer was taking me closer to home. As the bus rolled away from the industrial zone, I looked out the window and quietly said, "Goodbye for now. I'm going home." The journey took me through Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. Dark clouds filled the sky. Soon, heavy rain began to fall. It almost felt as if the weather itself was welcoming me back home. Through the rain-covered window, the city looked completely different. Cars moved slowly through the storm. People struggled to cross bridges against the wind and rain. And somehow, through all those raindrops on the glass, Hanoi looked incredibly beautiful and romantic. Hours later, I finally arrived. Home. The place where I grew up. The place where my childhood memories still live. And just in time for the wedding. But this isn't the type of wedding many people are familiar with. In my hometown, a wedding isn't organized by just one family. It's organized by the entire village. Everyone contributes. Everyone helps. Everyone celebrates together. That's a tradition that has existed here for generations. The moment I arrived, people were already hard at work. Young men were carrying tables and chairs. The kitchen was full of energy. Fresh vegetables covered the tables. Large pots steamed over open fires. The men prepared meat. The women sorted vegetables and ingredients. Everywhere I looked, people were busy. No one was standing still. Yet nobody complained. Because this wasn't work. This was community. By noon, the first meal was ready. This lunch wasn't for the guests. It was for the volunteers who had spent all morning preparing everything. And the food? Some of the best local dishes our region has to offer. The kind of food you don't find in restaurants. The kind that's made with tradition, experience, and heart. Honestly, wouldn't you want to try some?
Ăn đó nó cho bớt liệt lại.
As the afternoon arrived, the first guests began showing up, then more guests, and then even more. Before long, people were arriving from every direction. Now, it was our turn to serve them. In our village, guests are treated as if they're family. Every table must be full. Every guest must feel welcomed. Every detail matters. The crowd kept getting bigger and bigger. My job was simple. Make sure every table had enough food and drinks. Sounds easy, until hundreds of guests start arriving all at once. I was running from table to table trying to keep up. At one point, I felt completely overwhelmed. But seeing everyone enjoying themselves made it worthwhile. Just look at this view. Green mountains surrounding the village. Fresh air. Open skies. Wouldn't you call this a $1,000,000 view? Someone even brought their pet to the wedding. And meanwhile, guests kept pouring in non-stop. Let's see what's on the menu today. Stir-fried squid, boiled chicken, lemongrass shrimp, buffalo meat, Vietnamese pork rolls, grilled meats, sticky rice, soup, fresh fruit, and many more traditional dishes. Watching guests enjoy the food is one of the most satisfying parts of the celebration. When they smile, we smile too. Finally, After hours of serving everyone else, it was time for me to eat. And trust me, food always tastes better after you've worked for it. The next morning started before sunrise. The wedding wasn't over yet. People arrived early once again to prepare for another day of celebration. The kitchen came alive before most guests were even awake. Knives chopping, pots boiling, people laughing, everyone working together once more. Soon, lunch was ready. The second day was just as busy as the first. Everything moved smoothly, almost like a perfectly organized machine, powered entirely by neighbors helping neighbors. After lunch, everyone headed to the bride's house. Music filled the air. People danced. People sang. Friends reunited. Families laughed together. It felt like the entire village was celebrating as one big family.
It's what I say. It's what I say. It's what I say. It's what I say.
And then came the most important moment, the wedding ceremony. The bride and groom stood side by side, surrounded by their families, supported by their community, and officially became
và hiện diện trên sân khấu đó chính là gia đình của anh.
Anh cứ thành anh cứ
toàn lo hết.
trường
Just like that, my 2 short days back home for the family feast came to an end. Time seemed to fly by so quickly. One moment I was enjoying precious time with my loved ones, and the next, it was already time to head back to the industrial city and continue the journey of making a living. But before hitting the road, I had to start the day with a good breakfast. And of course, it was my favorite dish, a warm bowl of pho. Nothing feels better than enjoying a comforting meal before a long trip. Come join me. As the bus slowly pulled away from my hometown, a familiar feeling of nostalgia crept into my heart. It reminded me of the very first days when I left this place to work far from home. This isn't just my hometown. It's where my childhood memories were made. It's the place that raised me, shaped me, and watched me grow. Every time I leave, there's always a quiet sadness lingering inside, a feeling that's hard to put into words. But life goes on. For the sake of earning a living and building a better future, I have no choice but to leave behind the peaceful mountains, green forests, and simple life of my hometown, and return to the busy city, where the wheels of life never seem to stop turning. Sitting on the bus for hours, watching the scenery slowly change from countryside roads to towering buildings, my mind began to wander. Like many people, I dream of success, financial stability, and a better life. Yet the farther I travel, the more I realize something important. True peace is far more valuable than wealth. Sometimes, peace is simply sharing a meal with family. It's hearing the laughter of loved ones. It's the quiet roads of the countryside, the fresh air, and the genuine connections between people. Life in the city may be full of opportunities, but life back home has a warmth and tranquility that money can never buy. As I continue this journey back to work, I carry those memories with me. They give me the strength to keep moving forward, while reminding me where I truly belong. And maybe that's the beauty of life. We leave home to chase our dreams, only to realize that the greatest treasure has always been waiting for us there.